roughly the equivalent of 14 million football fields worth of forest get cut down every single year for something as simple as a piece of paper. Much of the paper is used for the magazine industry. The very first magazine was launched in the year 1663, and ever since then it has been a huge part of our economy. Going deeper into this topic made me think of a question. Why do people love magazines so much? The answer is simple. People love to read magazines because they can simply hold it, feel it, and read it. That's also why I love reading magazines. But there is a downside to this, because the magazine industry exploits forests all around the world. This is not sustainable and not welcome. Fortunately, I had a great idea. I spent the past month putting together a magazine that's 100% decomposable. Once you are done with it, you can simply just throw it onto the compost and it will just disintegrate into the earth. It's printed with my recycled paper, it's printed with vegetable ink, and it's put together with a decomposable string. Like I said, 100% decomposable. Woo! So this came to a shock to me because magazines were such a big part of my childhood. I started thinking of a solution that I could make, and I found one. I could create such an environmentally friendly magazine that after you are done with it, you can simply throw it onto your compost and it will just save resources. The only problem was I didn't know how to create paper yet. So I did more research, I went to the art room and talked to a guy named Ira about it. He was kind enough to lend me his resources and show me how to create paper. This is how you create paper. Step 1. You tear up the paper into miniature pieces. Step 2. You put the paper into a bucket of water. Step 3. Into a bucket of water and let it sink for a night. Step 3. You put the paper in a blender and blend it until it starts to look like porridge. Step 4. You put that blended substance into a larger bucket of water. Step 5. You scoop it up. You grab a silk screen, an A4 square, and you scoop it up and let it sink for a while. Then you grab a wooden plate, put it on, turn it around, and peel it off and dry it. Once the paper is synced, it should look a little bit like this. The video. And then you put it in the sun. Now, I love creating all that paper, but my personal favorite part of my project was collecting the content for my magazine. I really love listening to everybody's stories and to what they had to say. So today, I'll be sharing a story about a guy named Adam, or Pac Adam. But what you don't know about him is that he's a surfer, he's a rock star, and he's a father. So hold on, I'll just grab the magazine and share some questions and answers. So this is what I asked. What's the best part about being a rock star? And this is what he said. Free stuff. Simply, I've worked in bands since I was about 16. All that experience diversified my playing and enabled me to sit with a lot of different acts. Bali afforded me some incredible opportunities that I may have never had. The most rockstar thing that I've done was play at Bluefest Byron Bay in 2014. I was straight off the plane from Bali and landed in front of a kid in front of 7,000 plus people. Xavier Rudd also joined us on stage. Absolutely mental. So that's pretty cool. So in the past, I've had lots of bloopers and mistakes gone wrong with my magazine making. So one mistake that happened was quite a long time ago. I was tearing up a bunch of paper, put it in water, and super excited to make paper the next day. But a week goes by and I've completely forgotten about it. So my mom says, "Finn, what are you going to do about all this paper?" And then I'm like, oh god. And so I run to see if the paper is still functional. And that's when I noticed thousands of mosquitoes just swarming my paper. See that? That's a mosquito. So unless you all want mosquito magazines, I'd have to destroy everything and remake it. Another blooper that happened was not so long ago, when me and my mom, we were driving in the car to go to the printers to make this magazine. When we arrived, we asked a really important question. I don't know why we waited so long, but anyway. We asked how much it actually is to make a magazine. It ended up being way above our budget, in conclusion to having to make fewer magazines. The downside to that was that I can't give magazines to all of you here today, but the positive side is that they're more special now, so like, you gotta be careful with them. So as I finished this magazine, I had this awesome idea for issue number 2. Just imagine, when I'm making my paper and when the paper's still wet, I put little seeds in the back of the book so that when you plant it, it won't only save a tree, but it will also grow a tree. So watch out for issue number 2. And I just found this whole project an incredible experience because I really came to it for my passions. Like my passion is really surfing, skating, art and music and reading magazines, right? And I really identified the problem with that and became part of the solution in my own special way. My vision for the future is that other magazines will become a bit more aware with the industry that they're in, and maybe in the future, for their future magazines become more sustainable. I mean, after all, I've proved that it's possible. So, yeah. And I'd also like to thank Ira for showing me how to create paper and even lending me the supplies to make paper. Like, without you, I couldn't have done this experience. I wouldn't be standing here today because my project wouldn't be able to work. Oops. Okay, there's a photo up there from Ibu Jackie and Ibu Nikla. And I'd like to thank them for pushing me, inspiring me, and mentoring me for 2 months, I believe. And without them, 6 months, wow. Without them...
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, without them I wouldn't be standing on this stage, kind of, today. And I'd like to thank my beautiful mom and dad and my family here today for reminding me to do work, telling me to, getting me to do work, also inspiring me like Ibu Jackie and Ibu Nikla, and most importantly, driving me up to the printers and back. So thank you guys, and thank all of you for listening to me speak today. It really means a lot. Okay, thank you.